and Captagon, which goes back to the post-hardcore sound, but musically, there's a lot more cohesion. It also has this really awesome sort of mathcore-esque breakdown in the middle, followed by this really awesome climax with ascending guitars and lyrics that really seem to paint a statement. Dissolving and Reject All and Submit both continue the album's theme of being awkward and sort of missing the mark, unfortunately. The vocals from Dylan Walker from Full of Heck was a nice surprise, but ultimately they didn't do much to help the track. December 4th, 2024 is slightly better. The instrumental composition here is really underappreciated, with the crushing, slow, post-hardcore riffs that I really love. It's really one of my favorite tracks on this. Audrey's of Guilt is one of the better tracks as well on this album. I love the wall of sound the guitars make. And halfway through the song, I can say the same mostly for the closing track, For Those Who Will Outlive Us. It starts with this really quiet melody on keyboards, which develops into this really nice soundscape. Halfway through, it switches up and goes in a more ominous direction that seems to build towards a dramatic finish, but really it doesn't lead to a very satisfying climax. So that concludes my track-by-track review of this album. As far as my thoughts as a whole, I didn't hate it like a lot of people did that I've gathered based on the online discord surrounding the album. I liked how imaginative it was. And I really liked that the band was going into this bold new direction into post-hardcore, going away from their early Midwest emo years. That and a lot of the instrumentals were really engaging with some unpredictable chord progressions and song melodies. But my complaints with this album really lie in the band's execution. There's not a ton of cohesion here, I feel. And the band seems to try and do too much experimentation with their sound on this record. While that's not a bad thing, you gotta make it sound somewhat coherent. I believe this record isn't all too great at that. My favorite tracks for this, my favorite track is the closing track, For Those Who Outlive Us. And overall, it's not a total stinker, but it could have been better. I give it a 60 out of 100. No Alternative will be back right after this break.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to... Welcome back, music lovers and television watchers alike, to No Alternative, the alternative music show, broadcasting out of Oswego. We have reached Block D, D for Deftones. That's right, I'm about to review the brand new Deftones album, Private Music, which is already one of my top 3 albums of the year. So, to start off, let me give you some background on the Deftones for those of you who have to be living under a rock and don't know who they are. They are an alternative metal band hailing from Sacramento, California, and they are currently featuring guitarist Stephen Carpenter, drummer Ave Cunningham, keyboardist Frank Delgado, and the larger-than-life vocalist Chino Moreno. And for this album, they are also joined by their current touring bassist, Fred Sablon. So I'll now give you a very brief rundown on the band's history. Formed all the way back in the late 80s, they signed with Maverick Records, where they gained a critical and commercial following through the release of their first 2 albums, Adrenaline and Around the Fur. In 2000, they released White Pony, which was met with widespread critical acclaim for its genre-bending sound that set it apart from other new metal bands at the time. Following releases, such as their self-titled album and Saturday Night Wrist, saw them further delving into this new shoegazy sound they created. In 2010 and 2012, following the tragic injury and eventual passing of original bassist Chi Cheng, rest in peace, the band dropped Diamond Eyes and Koi no Yoken respectively. I personally consider this era to be the peak of the Deftones' sort of dreamy, shoegazy sound. 2016's Gore and 2020's Ohms saw the band go in a different direction, a more spacey, sonic direction that was still popular among devoted fans, but it certainly divided critics. Getting into the track-by-track review, we start with My Mind is a Mountain, a thunderous opener that automatically inserts Deftones' spot on the throne of alternative metal. The riffs are loud, but not overly aggressive, and Chino Moreno's dynamic vocals ranging from cleans to screams also stand out on here. I also got to give credit to Delgado's synths, which on this track and the record as a whole add an important layer of sonic depth that gives it this magical, mountainous quality. Locked Club sounds very interesting. It doubles down on the heavy riffs with some very bold spoken word lyrics from Chino, but overall, it's not my favorite. The next track, Edyssis, originally didn't land with me, but upon recent listens, I've grown to appreciate it. It's got these really awesome, heavy sort of Stephen Carpenter riffs, but also a really beautiful soundscape from Delgado's synths. Up next is Infinite Source, and if Deftones were to have dropped a 3rd single from this album, then this would be the one. It's less heavy and has more of this dream pop sort of sound, peaking with this infectious chorus with introspective lyrics. Souvenir is not my favorite off the album, but it's still a very enjoyable track. Clocking in at over 6 minutes long, it's the longest track on the album and one of the longer songs in Deftones' discography, largely in part due to the needlessly long ambient outro. Oh man, this sort of made the song feel a little bit tedious and kind of a bore. CXZ snaps the record out of that ambient daze, though, with these really aggressive riffs and the dreamy synth soundscape that we're used to seeing. I Think About You All the Time is a beautiful example of the quiet, soft dynamic that Deftones employs a lot. It starts slow, but then it explodes into these thick guitar layers. But the lyrics here are easily the standout. They're very positive, and I'd say even very uplifting. Like someone with their share of demons finally realizing they found inner peace. All right, Milk of the Madonna. Wow, what an amazing track. This is the second of the 2 singles from the album. It's heavy, fast, aggressive, yet it's still so incredibly ethereal. Chino's lyrics on the song also are really fantastical, and they go with the music to paint this really apocalyptic scenery. The music really reminds me of Swerve City from Koi no Yoken with its upbeat tempo and roaring guitars, but still during that bridge, it has that guitar solo. That's what that track reminds me of. But this track is far better than even that song. I'd say it's one of my top 10 favorite Deftones songs. Cut Hands incorporates the sort of spoken word / rapping delivery from Deftones' early albums. I don't think it really lands with me for this song, to be honest. But on the other hand, Metal Dream is a really beautiful track that opens with basically the same thing, just rhythm and spoken word, before it blasts into a beautiful chorus with this really nice wall of sound. The lyrics here are really romantic and ethereal. I know some people are not as big on this one, but I gotta give it credit because everything here flows very smoothly. Departing the Body has sort of an ambient sort of intro that leads into a quiet guitar melody. With how low Chino's voice is in this opening lyrics, you think you'd be listening to the baritones. Get it? Because baritones and Deftones. But jokes aside, this song is amazing. The chord progressions are simple and beautiful, and the lyrics are still fictitiously powerful as you'd expect. The loud-soft dynamic is also really effectively done here, much like a lot of the other tracks. Talking about the record as a whole, I think it's the best thing Deftones has put out since Koi no Yoken. It's musically diverse, but still concise for the most part. For a band that has more or less had the same sound for the past 25 years, it's really amazing how they still manage to put out fresh-sounding material. I mean, there are some songs on here that are worse than others, but none of them seem out of place on this record. Chino's lyrical prowess really shows on here as well. The lyrics, which largely deal with mental health struggles, are very abstract in a poetic sort of way that I really relate to. Instead of literally saying what's on his mind, his lyrics allow you to truly feel what... I'll give it an 85 out of 100. No Alternative will be back right after this. Welcome back, music lovers, to No Alternative, Oswego's alternative music show. I am your host, DJ Dash, and unfortunately, I have to announce that this is the last segment of tonight's episode. This segment I call DJ Dash's Music Diary, where I'll be doing a segment this segment I'll be doing at the end of every episode, where I'll be presenting you with all of my current most listened to songs that aren't on any of the albums I reviewed on a current episode. Alright, so the first song I have is Forest by System of a Down. For those of you who are in the alternative and metal communities as a whole, this band really needs no introduction. They're really among the best in both genres. Their fantastic 2001 album Toxicity recently celebrated its anniversary, and Forest is the 8th track off of this album. And it's a blistering track with soaring vocals from Serge Tankian and the lyrics, which are becoming ever more relevant in today's climate. Next up, I've got a track called My Heroine by the band Silverstein. Hailing from Burlington, Ontario, just a few hours away from here, Silverstein was one of the leading bands in the mall emo movement of the 2000s. Their most popular track, My Heroine, shines with arguably more raw emotion than most other bands of this era can muster. This track and the album, Discovering the Waterfront, is really phenomenal and could potentially be a candidate for a classic album review later down the line. Well, that is it for this episode of No Alternative. I am your host, DJ Dash. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a nice night.
Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, it's Anti-Hazing Week at SUNY Oswego. What events are being held across campus?
And an acclaimed photographer and alumni visits SUNY Oswego this week. When and where he will be located.
But first, SUNY Oswego's Rice Creek is chosen as a recipient of an important grant. How much it is worth and what will it go towards?
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Piper Kiernan.
And I'm Brady Hauser.
SUNY Oswego is one of more than a dozen schools that are receiving a grant from the New Outdoors for All program. The Chancellor of SUNY, John B. King Jr., says the program will be used to promote inclusivity, sustainability, wellness, and community development. The grant, which is worth $8,000, will support individual SUNY campus efforts to facilitate year-round outdoor opportunities.
SUNY Oswego will use the grant to address key issues at the Rice Creek Field Station, including resurfacing existing trails, replacing old features, and providing new signs. This grant will play a big role in helping Rice Creek Field Station complete their mission of supporting academic instruction and research. SUNY Oswego is hosting a pollen party during Family Weekend at the Rice Creek Family Station this Saturday from 11 to 3. The celebration connects the campus to becoming a bee campus and supplies pollinators on campus. There will be a nature walk and live music at the event. Rice Creek's parking lot is limited, so families are advised to use a free campus van shuttle during the event.
SUNY Oswego students have 2 opportunities tomorrow to hear from acclaimed photographer alumnus Daniel Weiss. At 3 p.m. in Hewitt Hall, Weiss will present photography, passion, and possibilities, sharing stories from his career shooting for clients like Gatorade, ABC News, and People magazine. Then at 5 p.m. in the Penfield Library lobby, he'll lead a moving session in the Holocaust Survivor Series, highlighting his portrait project that honors the stories and strength of 18 Holocaust survivors.
The Oswego County's Children's Fund is hosting a Cosmic Bowling event on October 24th at Lighthouse Lanes. The Children's Fund gives Christmas gifts to families in need. Sign-ups are now open for teams of 6 and costumes are required. The Children's Fund also will be accepting toys and donations at their door as well as on their website, www.oswegochildrensfund.com.
The Office of Student Conduct is holding a series of events to fight against hazing culture.
Here's WTOP-10 reporter Dominic Ciccarelli with more.
Thanks, guys. You heard right, this week is Hazing Prevention Week. Hazing is often described as forcing dangerous or humiliating situations on others under the threat of social exclusion or some other form of punishment. Often this happens on college campuses in fraternities or sororities. So how is SUNY Oswego fighting back against hazing? Well, this week there are a few events to look out for. On Monday, there was Lakers Donut Haze. Free donuts were given out at a table at MCC to students who signed a pledge not to participate in hazing. Who wouldn't want a free donut? Today, also in the tabling area of MCC, was the These Hands Don't Haze banner, which saw students coming up and putting their handprints on a paper banner after taking the aforementioned pledge. I had the opportunity to speak to Director of Student Conduct, Brandon Bennett, to talk more about what Hazing Prevention Week is all about.
Yep, so we have a speaker who's coming on Thursday, the CEO of Greek University, Dr. Mike Ailon, and so he's going to be basically presenting on some research that he did, but also talking with students about effective ways to get rid of hazing culture or hazing traditions and what to really implement in its place so that way groups have the ability to sustain long-term and are potentially, archiving traditions or activities that have just grown out of date with modern times.
You may have missed the free donuts, which were very good, but the banner will be around on Thursday, and there are still plenty of other events going on for Hazing Prevention Week. To see what's next, visit oswego.edu/Hazing Prevention Week and take the pledge for yourself. That's all from my report. Now let's get back to the desk.
Thanks, Dominic. It seems this week could bring some sun and not too high temps, which you won't catch me complaining about.
I gotta agree, Piper. Let's hear more with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Bradley Jacobs.
Thanks, guys. And it has been a nice sunny return to the week as the sunshine will return for the rest of the week. Now, we can expect those drier conditions to also continue with the excessive sunshine throughout the rest of the week. And fall has finally arrived with these cooler temperatures finally setting in here in the middle of October. And never fear, because rain showers are maybe coming back this weekend. I'll have all that and more in my full weather forecast ahead. But for now, back to the desk.
Thanks, Bradley. CNY Family Care on Brittenfield Parkway said it will stop accepting United Healthcare Commercial and United Medical Resources, better known as UMR insurance plans, starting next year. CNY Family Care said patients who want to stay with their doctors must switch to another plan that's still in work in the network. Those who do not will need to find care elsewhere by start of next year.
Vice Principal of H.W. Smith Elementary School, Jamie Perez Garcia, age 54, has been charged with endangering the welfare of a child and unlawful dealing with a child. Officers found a 15-year-old girl in a pickup truck with Perez Garcia on October 10th. Police recovered a bottle of alcohol and 2 shot glasses in the vehicle. The investigation on the matter is still ongoing.
The Bronx man who was arrested on claims he murdered an elderly couple in their home last month has pled not guilty. 42-year-old James McGriff is charged with 50 counts, including first-degree murder, second-degree murder, kidnapping, arson, and burglary. The NYPD alleged that McGriff broke into and set fire to the home of Frank and Maureen Olton after torturing the couple before going on a spending spree with their credit cards. McGriff faces up to life in prison. Still ahead tonight, Charlie Kirk is being honored with the Medal of Freedom.
Plus, a crowd in Chicago gets hit with tear gas. Find out more after the break.
Get rid of all the questions.
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed? On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans.
Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP-10.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to your nightly news here on WTOP-10. I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Bradley Jacobs, and taking a look at our current conditions, about 55 and partly cloudy outside. Still have some clouds hanging around as we expect those to clear on out. The dew point's in at about 53, creating a humidity of about 92%. Pressure well above 1,000 millibars, indicating those conditions will be clearing on out, and the wind's coming out of the southwest at about 6 miles per hour. Now, taking a look around New York State, we can see western New York all the way down to Randolph and Buffalo in the high to mid to even the low 50s. Coming on down the I-81 corridor, Oswego at 55, Syracuse 52, 52 in Binghamton, Cortland our cold one of the night at 49, all the way down to Utica, Delhi also in the low 50s, and the capital region all the way on down into the Catskills, also in about the mid 50s. Now, we have seen a lot of temperature fluctuations here lately, and we can see that the fall-like temperatures are going to continue well into this week, with temperatures 5 to 6 degrees below average, creating that nice fall that we've been looking for. Now, picking back up into the weekend, we can expect temperatures to be a little bit more unseasonably warm, and then heading into next week, back into average temperatures. Now, it is fall, and we are looking for all these fall-like activities. Well, If you're looking to do some fun this weekend, it is going to be about 67 degrees, 67 or so, with some rain showers. So if you're looking to do outdoor activities, either pack that umbrella, have that raincoat ready on Saturday. Sunday, we might expect some more rain showers, but Saturday might be your day if you want to go outside and do some activities. Also happening this weekend, we have our first hockey game. San Jose, looking for a goaltender. We have our first hockey game here. It's an exhibition game taking on the St. John Fisher Cardinals. Right around puck drops, we're going to have those chance of showers. Otherwise, it's going to be 67 and mostly cloudy for the afternoon time for the women's game. Now, if neither of those are really your cup of tea, it's a great weekend to be indoors, go gambling. And if you had 56 degrees on your 3-leg parlay, you just won big here. Maybe play that at the casino this weekend. Now, heading into our extended weather forecast, we can see finishing out the week well like fall temperatures with the sunshine coming back into the mix of things. Heading into the weekend, a warm up Saturday again, 6-7 degrees or so. Heading into Sunday at 68 with rain showers well into Sunday into Monday, about 70 to 80% chance of rain Sunday into Monday. And then after Monday and Tuesday, cooling right back down into the fall-like temperatures, back into the low 60s and high 50s. That's all for my full weather forecast tonight. Back to you guys at the desk.
Bradley, thank you. A month after the incident at Utah Valley University, the late Charlie Kirk is being honored with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Today, President Trump appeared at the ceremony accompanied by Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk. The ceremony was held at the White House's Rose Garden. President Trump described Kirk as a true American hero who is beyond his years.
Chaos ensued on Chicago's east side today. Federal agents fired tear gas to break up a forming crowd. This incident occurred after what appeared to be a car crash, but it isn't known what exactly led to the agents' actions. The crowd appeared to be shouting at the agents before the tear gas was deployed. The agency involved has not been released.
Tensions are rising between China and the U.S. as President Trump says he plans a 100% tariff hike on China.
Here's Amy Kiley with more.
Some way to kind of coexist with China as we still are strategic rivals.
Today, the U.S. and China are imposing new port fees on each other's ships amid the threat of more tariff hikes. That's according to the U.S. Trade Representative and the Chinese Ministry of Transport. The fees are another import cost for businesses on top of duties.
We're in a pattern of escalation and now hopefully towards de-escalation, paving the way for President Trump to meet with Xi Jinping just a couple of weeks from now in Korea.
The port fees are part of escalating trade policies between the two countries. Chinese analysts accuse the U.S. of starting this latest tit-for-tat by imposing new export controls last month. They say that's why China recently tightened restrictions on rare earth minerals. They're important for cars, electronics, and semiconductors. As a result, President Donald Trump is threatening a triple-digit tariff hike on Chinese imports by November 1st. Beijing is warning of retaliation if that happens, but both sides say they'd prefer a resolution. In a social media post Sunday, Trump says, quote, "Don't worry about China, it will all be fine." And the USA wants to help China, not hurt it.
The 100% tariff does not have to happen. I imagine that I will have some contact with my counterpart and then the two leaders will meet.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
President Trump is set to meet with President Xi Jinping this month.
This meeting can lead to a de-escalation of tensions.
President Donald Trump announced the U.S. military attacked a boat that carried suspected drug traffickers off the coast of Venezuela. President Trump says that the boat in question are affiliated with the designated foreign terrorist organization. This comes after several strikes were being carried out over the last few months. This is at least the 5th time the U.S. military have completed strikes of this manner.
The International Committee of the Red Cross has received the remains of hostages from Hamas in the center of Gaza City. The remains are given to the Red Cross, who transferred them to Israel authorities. 4 coffins carrying the remains of deceased hostages have been handed to the Red Cross. Now the coffins are set to be taken to the Israel Defense Forces and the Israel Security Agency.
When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, a new test has been approved to combat Alzheimer's.
And J.P. Morgan is investing a big chunk of change into the national security.
If you like action, romance,
if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this. floor. Mitch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
There's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Look at the number of disasters in the U.S. Chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris.
Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say. No. Spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to
WTOP-10 Nightly News.
In consumer news, Lay's announced what they are calling the biggest rebrand in their nearly 100-year history. The top-selling potato chip brand in the U.S. has redesigned its chip bags and recipes for the packaging. Lay's said its new logo has a warmer, more distinct sun and has now sun rays, or Lay's rays, beaming from it. It also added the text "made with real potatoes" on the bag. Lay's said it's removing artificial flavors and colors from its core products in the U.S. by the end of the year.
Love me a good potato chip. J.P. Morgan Chase said it will invest $10 billion in defense contractions and artificial intelligence. Business to help protect the U.S. economy and trade tensions rise will countries like China. The bank also says it will help facilitate $1.5 trillion in investments in companies' importance for national economy security over the next 10 years. J.P. Morgan says it'll put its financial muscle behind U.S. efforts to produce items like computer chips and electric vehicles stateside instead of importing those products.
On Monday, the Food and Drug Administration approved another blood test that could help determine whether someone has Alzheimer's disease. Roche Diagnostics developed the new test with pharmaceutical company Eli Lilly. Officials say the test is geared toward adults 55 and older who are showing signs of a cognitive decline. It works by testing for high levels of protein known to be associated with Alzheimer's. Instagram is further cracking down on what millions of young people could see on the platform, aligning its teen account safety setting with the guidelines for PG-13 movies.
Ivan Rodriguez reports on what young boys are really seeing on social media and what parents can do to help their children navigate it.
From social media to gaming, young men online face a digital life that provides both connections and challenges, and it's having a significant impact on how they see themselves and others, according to a new Common Sense Media survey.
This is shaping young boys, young men's image here across the country. And the images are everything from fighting to body image to being tough to making money.
CEO and founder of Common Sense Media, James Steyer, says in most cases, young boys aren't searching for these posts. 68% of them say the content automatically shows up on their feeds.
It's actually just being sent to them directly by the big social media platforms in order to make money. We have a youth mental health crisis in this country, but also a crisis among boys and young men.
91% of boys see messages about body image or appearance, like dressing a certain way and having clear skin, according to the study. Those with high exposure to such messages are more than 4 times as likely to say social media makes them think they should change their appearance. 69% also regularly see content promoting gender roles in problematic ways, such as posts suggesting girls prefer to date a particular kind of guy or use their looks to achieve their goals.
I think it's a very powerful public education message to the boys themselves and to kids in general, but also to their parents and educators. Platforms have been getting away with some really offensive and inappropriate algorithmic content for years. It's about time they were held accountable, period.
The survey highlights just how deeply social media and gaming content can influence the way young men view themselves and the world around them, often without them even realizing it.
Experts say it's a wake-up call for parents, educators, and tech companies to step up, because the content these boys are exposed to isn't just shaping their screens, it's shaping their identities.
Coming up in sports, Aiden Saavedra gives us a season preview of Lakers D3 hockey.
Aiden, what you got for us?
Thanks, guys. The Lakers men's ice hockey team will open up their season this weekend against St. John's Fisher. The Lakers are coming off their SUNY championship winning season. They'll play St. John Fisher on Saturday night, 7 p.m. at the Deb. This will be the first of 2 exhibition games before they begin league play against SUNY Geneseo on November 7th. Oswego beat Plattsburgh last year in the SUNY Finals. That rematch will take place on November 14th during Whiteout Weekend, and trust me, we will flip the bird. That's all for my sports report this week, but coming up in sports after the break, Lucas Marcus is going to talk about pro soccer and a former Laker hockey player's number retirement.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back to WTOP 90 News. I'm Lucas Marquez, your sports report. The Oswego State men's hockey team will win one of its founding league legends next month. The Lakers decided to retire the number 1 jersey, the jersey that was for Gordon Pete Sears, the program's first All-American and 1972 Olympic silver medalist. Sears had an interruption in his career when he served in the military in the Vietnam War. After that, he went to earn All-American honors and later helped the U.S. win the silver in Japan for the Olympics. After his playing career, he coached hockey in a local high school for over 30 years and became a mentor for generations of Oswego athletes. The ceremony will take place on November 15 at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. Staying here in Oswego, the Oswego State men's golf team closed out their fall season at the Empire A Championship in Rome, New York. The Lakers finished 6 out of 8 teams overall after a great second round at Tuquega Country Club. Tice Helmick led the team again with 76 to finish 7th individually, followed by Jack Shaw at plus 16 and Sam Ligas at plus 20. The team showed consistency across the entire roster with steady rounds from Justin Alver, Evan McDonough, and John Onion. With the fall season complete, the Lakers will now regroup and return to action in spring 2026. Now moving to pro sports, the international stage, the World Cup is getting closer every day. The U.S. men's national team is currently in action facing Australia in Commerce City. Their last game ended in a 1-1 draw against Ecuador, with both sides showing solid defense but struggling to finish changes in the final third. The U.S. continues to build momentum heading into the next summer for the World Cup in home soil, where they look to take advantage of hosting the competition alongside Mexico and Canada. Currently, 28 nations have qualified. Countries like Argentina, Brazil, Japan, and England are already in it. As qualifiers roll on, more teams are securing their spots. And talking about soccer, I want to do something different today. No highlight, so I'm going to explain how the World Cup is going to change. The World Cup is returning to the U.S. for the first time since 1994. And this time, it will look completely different. We will have three big changes. The first one is the 2026 tournament will be the largest in history, expanding from original 32 teams to a new format with 48 teams. Second change is it will be hosted across the United States, Mexico, and Canada, making it the first World Cup to be shared by 3 nations. Instead of 8 groups, now there will be 12 groups, 4 teams each group. The top 2 will advance for the next phase, as always. And the third change is the 8th best third places teams will advance to the new phase as well. That means more matches and more chances for underdogs. Qualifying is already underway, with traditional nations securing their spots, and many more still fighting to join them. The United States automatically qualifies as a host nation. That's why they're playing Australia right now. And the group draw will happen on December 5th in Kennedy Center. That's all for sports. Stick around for a festive fall accompaniment.
Chances are, every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Crits.
Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
A Wisconsin farmer won first prize in the pumpkin weigh-off at one of the largest U.S. harvest festivals last weekend.
Jim Ford brought the pumpkin to Minnesota's Stillwater Harvest Festival from Fond du Lac County, Wisconsin.
His pumpkin weighed in 2,491 pounds, just 300 pounds short of the world record.
Ford says the key is to grow it early, keep it healthy, and treat the pumpkin with love.
I don't know about you guys, but I did not know pumpkins can grow that big.
All I gotta say is pumpkin.
Okay, cool, and I'm done with that. So that's our report for tonight.
Be sure to stay tuned for Joepardy.
Thank you for watching.
Blake? What are you doing?
What? We're just playing Mortal Kombat.
But don't you know what day it is, Blake?
Of course I know, it's just Tuesday.
No, it's Wednesday.
Ah! Alright, we gotta go!
What is going on, movie fans, and welcome back to Be Kind of Rewind, where we will be ranking all of your favorite movies. I'm Owen Miles.
And I'm Blake Blodgett, and today we're going to be going over a childhood classic in the Shrek franchise.
That's right, and I think I speak for both of us when I say, for sure, a favorite for both of us as kids.
Oh, absolutely, I agree. I personally watched the first movie way more times than I would like to admit on camera. I can honestly probably quote the whole thing front to back.
That's great information, but enough with the preamble. Let's get on into the first one. Shrek was released in 2001 and quickly became one of the most iconic movies of all time.
It ended up spawning a whole franchise of movies and even a spin-off series in the Puss in Boots films.
It also spawned a whole new type of animated film, as a lot of Shrek's success came down to being an anti-fairy tale, as our ogre friend Shrek is simply trying to get his swamp back from the other fairy tale creatures, but along the way, might find love and friendship.
I mean, isn't that what we're all looking for at the end of the day? Love, friendship. It's hard to find sometimes, admittedly. I don't have much friendship with him.
Hey.
I'm kidding, of course.
Say that as we literally live together. But yeah, anyway.
Live together and have a show.
Back to Shrek. Yeah, this movie was pretty successful.
Just a little successful.
First ever Oscar for Best Animated Feature. That's one thing.
Funny enough, the studio who made it, DreamWorks, they put people who worked on Prince of Egypt, they put people on Shrek as a punishment because they thought Shrek was going to be awful. They had no faith in Shrek, and then it ended up being way more successful than Prince of Egypt, and like you said, won the first ever Best Animated Feature, and spawned a franchise, spawned spin-offs, even spawned a new type of animated film. Like you saw stuff like Hoodwinked come out that were kind of like the same thing, like spoofs of fairy tales.
Right, exactly. The cast of this is fantastic. I know you said earlier, like you were mentioning to me earlier, the original voice of Shrek was going to be Chris Farley.
Yes, of SNL fame, former friend of Adam Sandler. He actually recorded like most of the original dialogue. But then when they kind of were reworking the animation, they needed to go back and redo a lot of the dialogue, and unfortunately Chris Farley had passed away, so that's when they hired Mike Myers.
And I think Mike Myers did an absolutely fantastic job. Same with Eddie Murphy.
Oh, absolutely.
Eddie Murphy as Donkey is probably one of the best parts of this franchise, if I had to say.
100%. And I would even say Cameron Diaz as Fiona, like, I think she's a very good character in the sense of, like, she's not just like your typical damsel in distress. Like, she's very capable of taking care of herself. We see that in the scene with Robin Hood, who basically tries to save her, but she doesn't actually want to be saved.
No, absolutely not. And so, another thing, this is also one of the many movies to inspire a Broadway musical. I would know as a theater minor.
It's not a good Broadway musical from what I've heard, but...
it's a good school musical, at least, from what I've experienced, at least.
He was a theater kid. He's weird, you know. All those theater kids, guys, are weird. I played football, you know, much cooler. Even though I do improv comedy now, so I'm kind of an honorary theater
that's kind of my fault. But yeah.
That is your fault. Everything is your fault.
I know a lot of people, when the trailer for Shrek 5 came out, were like, oh, that doesn't have the same animation as this one. And it's like, and that made me think, just like, this animation style is just so unique in its own way.
Absolutely.
It's not stop motion, but like it's still like really
and
different.
Yes,
anyway,
and with that, we are ranking, and I have it at 2. Might be a controversial opinion.
I still have it at 1. Nothing can beat the original for this franchise, at least.
I guess we'll see when Shrek 5 comes out, but I don't have much hope for that.
I've heard. I don't know about that either. Whenever it comes out.
Maybe 6-7 years.
All right, we are going to take a break real quick, and we will see you back for Shrek 2 and 3 after the break.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris.
Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Welcome back, everybody. We're not going to keep you long. Let's just get right into Shrek 2, one of my personal favorites. Shrek 2 was released 3 years later in 2004 and follows Shrek and Fiona trying to navigate meeting Fiona's royal family to get her father's blessing after their wedding.
But Fiona's fairy godmother and her son, Prince Charming, try to break Shrek and Fiona up as they feel Charming is the rightful prince of the kingdom of Far, Far Away.
Will Shrek be able to save his marriage? Let's find out, folks.
And this is when the Shrek villains really start to take off. Not saying that Farquaad wasn't an icon in himself, but like
I think it tells you a lot that we didn't really mention Farquaad talking about the first movie.
Yeah.
He's such not to make a pun, he's such a little part of that first movie. But Fairy Godmother and Prince Charming are like very funny, very iconic. Even the opening scene where Charming goes to save Fiona because he's supposed to be the one to save Fiona.
Yeah, according to the fairy tale and all that.
Yeah.
And
then he finds the big bad wolf there. Which is very
funny. like she's already been saved and she's on her honeymoon and
with who?
With who?
And then I think the fairy godmother is such a funny villain. Like the scene where she takes Harold with her and it's to the drive-thru and she's like, my diet is ruined. I hope you're happy.
That was so
We've
creative.
all been there, just in the drive-thru, and you know what?
I really didn't want to get McDonald's today, but you made me. It's all your fault.
Well, no,
anyway,
I've
give
said
me
that
20 chicken nuggets.
I've said that to you because you've just been like, hey Blake, you want to go to McDonald's or Taco Bell? And I'm like, I mean, I can't say no.
It's McDonald's. What do you expect? They had 50-cent burgers a week ago.
I didn't go with you though. That was not a great night. We don't
need to talk about that. Anyway, back to the franchise we're talking about.
Back to actually doing our job and talking about movies.
So, I'd like to mention, we mentioned the writing a little bit with that whole drive-through bit, but the whole writing staff of this of this franchise in general, some of the most creative jokes I've ever seen in my life. It's just like you expect something else and then it completely does something completely different.
Yeah, exactly. It's just very sharp-witted humor. Like there's humor there for obviously to entertain a kid, but then the Shrek is definitely one of those franchises where if you're an adult, you're not going to be bored.
Yeah.
It's something I dread eventually being a parent, is having to watch really boring kids movies with my kids.
That's why my dad doesn't like watching kids movies.
No, he just introduced you to like Nightmare on Elm Street at like 8 years old.
That is a true story, by the way.
That's
So
we love it.
Also just charming in general. Also, one of my girlfriend's favorite actresses, Julie Andrews, plays
Fiona's mom.
Plays Fiona's mom,
We should probably get into like a little bit of the actual story. Like, Fiona takes Shrek to the kingdom of Far, Far Away, which is the kingdom her parents rule over, because she wants her father to give Shrek his blessing, even though they're already married. So I don't get how that works. If you're already married, I think it's a little late for the blessing at that point.
It's
like,
fine.
Like for Mia, would you ask her dad after you guys got married for the blessing?
No.
Shout out Dan.
Let's go.
Dan Calabrese.
Anyway, on that note, so
barely talked about the movie, but it's
we just talked about a bunch of other stuff. But
movie's
anyway, good. The movie
Watch
is really good, I would say.
If you haven't watched
really
this
good.
almost 20-year-old movie, watch it.
Even if what I'm about to rank kind of contradicts that for me, but I still think it's really good.
Definitely going to contradict.
All right. Anyway, let's get to that ranking. It's actually my number 3.
It's my favorite.
That's very controversial for some people, I feel like, because a lot of people say that it's one of the best sequels of all times in terms of franchise. So
it is. That's why it's number 1.
It is, but like it's also not my favorite sequel in this franchise, actually.
This man and his controversial opinions. We just can't agree on anything.
That seems to be a common trend on the show.
I don't think we'll ever have an agreed ranking.
Anyway, let's get on to the next one.
Shrek 3. Released in 2007, Shrek 3 follows our hero Shrek trying to find the only other possible heir to the kingdom of Far, Far Away once the king passes away.
But Prince Charming attempts to take the throne by force in Shrek's absence with the help of misunderstood villains.
Shrek must also deal with the truth that he will soon be a father.
Can Shrek find the new heir to the kingdom of Far, Far Away and save his family from Prince Not So Charming? Let's find out.
You didn't got a dog on my boy Charming like that.
Well, I mean,
to be fair,
he's
they
the
think
villain.
they call him Not So Charming literally in the movie. They literally say like, you're not that charming.
Yeah. But I look charming. Do I not look charming?
As he's doing a play in like a bar.
Yeah.
For all of
the opening scene when all the fairy tale creatures like Gingy are like booing him.
They're just making fun of him, which is absolutely incredible. I think this movie is way overhated. Like, some people try to say this is like a horrible sequel. Like, this movie actually made people think the Shrek movies were never that good. Like, I've seen a bunch of people say after they saw Shrek 3.
That's crazy. That is a crazy
take.
Yeah.
But I really think this movie is not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll see my ranking, but it's still very entertaining. There's still some good bits.
Yeah. We had to rewind this scene like 2 times. It's the scene where he's having a nightmare on the boat, and and Donkey and Puss in Boots, who we somehow haven't mentioned yet, their faces were replaced by baby ogres. And then they just smash cut right to the one with Donkey's face, and he just goes, "Da da."
We had to rewind that, like he said, literally 3 times to be like, did I just see that correctly?
It's like they did not have to do that, but they still.
There's no conceivable reason in my head for them to do that. Just
they just did it.
Dead eyes, just da da.
They just did it as part of their, the iconic Shrek fast cut humor, and it's like that's why it works so well in these movies.
Yeah, it's like, all right. I mean, but the reason Shrek is having that nightmare is because Fiona reveals to him that she is pregnant.
Yeah.
And so Shrek not only has to deal with the possibility that he might have to be the new king,
which he doesn't want to do.
Which he does not want to do. He also has to deal with being a father, which is also something he doesn't think he wants to do.
Yeah. So
relatable.
That ain't good. That ain't good for Shrek, but so that's why he goes to a island to get Arthur, who is voiced by Justin Timberlake, of all people, by the way.
I forgot
Yeah,
Justin.
it's like
JT voices him. JT,
and then
Justin
there's
Timberlake.
another smaller character at the same school that Arthur goes to, who's voiced by John Krasinski. Yes. Which is,
He's
I
like the
recognized
hunk.
his voice, but not Justin Timberlake's. I don't know why.
Yeah. Arthur is like kind of a.
He's kind of supposed to. He's supposed to be like the
kind of whiny, like dork.
He's supposed to be the one that everyone picks on.
Yes, that's his
Not
whole
gonna-
point
yeah.
is to be exactly like picked on by all the other kids.
Yeah. I don't want to say I saw that coming, but I did see that coming.
Because it's like, oh, ha, you know, the
Yeah.
guy who's supposed to be the heir to this kingdom is actually a dork.
Yeah, right.
Because every 80s movie ever, and 90s movie now that I think about it.
Yeah, let's not go back to our thing in the 90s that we were doing in our run-through episode.
Yeah, we'll make fun of Mike DeMars for being old again, you know.
Just turned 31.
Yes, 31, not 21. He'll tell you 21. But
All right. Anyway, I mentioned that we didn't mention Puss in Boots in
such a fun character.
It's just like his character's so great. He's like initially in the second movie set up as a villain, but then he immediately pretty much switches sides.
He's like, I like you guys. I'm gonna repay my debt because I tried to kill you, Shrek.
Yeah, and
he was so iconic. It, as we mentioned, spawned his own little 2-movie franchise so far.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen The Last Wish, but
crazy. It's such a good movie.
I've heard it's really good, and we probably should cover Puss in Boots at some point on the show. I feel like that's a franchise we should get into.
Told him we should review it for this episode, but he was like, no. Anyway, let's get to our ranking of Shrek the Third.
I actually have it
last.
I have it in my 2. I think it's very overhated. I don't really. Yeah, like you were saying, like this movie made people think that like Shrek wasn't good. I don't get where that came from, but
yeah, I think that's really silly.
Okay.
Even having it ranked last, it's not a movie I hate. This is one of the few weeks where
there's no movies in this franchise that I like hate.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've definitely had times where we have movies that we hate. There's no movie here that we hate.
All right.
But anywho, we have to take one more quick break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we will rank Shrek Forever After.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris.
Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
And welcome back to Be Kind and Rewind. Let's not waste any more of your time and get right back to the franchise.
Released in 2010, Shrek Forever After is the last mainline Shrek film, for now.
Shrek is starting to miss his old life as a scary ogre, as he now feels like a joke, even though he has everything.
He makes a deal to go back to be the feared ogre for just one day in exchange for any day in his past.
But the villain Rumpelstiltskin makes it so that where Shrek was never born, so he gets control of Far, Far Away, and Shrek will disappear. How will Shrek make things right? Let's find out.
So yes, as we just mentioned, Shrek is like...
Shrek
is upset. He feels like he's a joke to everyone.
His house is now a side-of-the-road attraction for a bunch of tourists.
I think it's supposed to be like a play on like those Hollywood bus tours where they like see the celebrities' houses, which that's just weird to me.
Mm-hmm. But
if I ever become famous, don't come to where I live.
So yeah,
people.
basically, he runs into Rumpelstiltskin, and he basically signs his contract to be a scary ogre again for one day. But Rumpelstiltskin tricks him, and so... Because Rumpelstiltskin takes the day Shrek was born.
And so makes it basically implies he killed Shrek before he was born, because he makes it to where Shrek was never born.
Yeah, and...
So that he could never save Fiona from the tower, and then... They show at the beginning of the movie Fiona's parents were originally going to make a deal with Rumpelstiltskin, and that's how Rumpelstiltskin was going to get control of Far, Far Away. But then, right before they sign it, they get the news that someone saved Fiona from the tower.
Which ended up being Shrek.
Yes.
So, yeah, and now we basically go into an alternate timeline where Shrek never existed, which is a very interesting idea, I do have to say.
Yeah,
I think
kind of pulling an It's a Wonderful Life with the Shrek franchise, just showing like what would happen if you didn't exist. I mean, I feel like even in real life, some of us have done that scenario in our heads, like, gee, I wonder like how different people's lives would be if I didn't exist. So I kind of like movies that show that idea, because it's a pretty interesting idea to pursue, I think.
Especially in an already established franchise like this one. Like, there were some characters that didn't really change a lot from the different universes, but then especially characters like Fiona, who is now the leader of an ogre resistance.
Because like, Rumpelstiltskin's trying to like take out all the ogres.
Yeah, because Rumpelstiltskin still like is aware of Shrek like existing in this other universe.
Yes.
And so he's taking it out on all the ogres, so that like because Shrek's an ogre.
He blames Shrek for all his failures because he was initially going to get the kingdom if he makes this deal with Fiona's parents, but because Shrek saved Fiona, like just basically ruined his life. He ends up being literally a bum on the side of the road, to where he's getting kicked out of a bookstore that Pinocchio works at.
Yeah.
Because he was tearing out all the pages of a fairy tale. Rumpelstiltskin is again a very funny villain.
He's very funny, but he might be one of the most evil villains in the franchise, honestly.
He is pretty evil.
Because so yeah, and Far, Far Away is also like his guards are the witches.
Who were also shown like in his like little township at the beginning, where like because they're also like outcasts in this society.
So yeah, basically, and his best friend's a goose, a giant goose.
That'll be important later.
Yeah. Wait till we get to the train wreck.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, and yeah, in this universe, Fiona's parents never exist because they got...
Well, they exist, but Rumpelstiltskin takes them out because he actually makes the deal with them this time.
Yeah. So...
And Fiona basically doesn't believe in true love anymore, like she did in the
because, she's
timeline.
this tough resistance leader now.
Tough.
So, yeah. There's a whole lot of new characters that get in there. Like Craig Robinson voices one ogre, and I think he's really funny.
Doesn't he?
Yeah,
he's
the chimichanga stand.
Yeah,
it's my chimichanga stand.
We're not gonna cookie. We're not gonna need that.
Trust me, you're gonna get real hungry after this raid.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they somehow show up at the end once Shrek, because Shrek, the only way to break his contract with Rumpelstiltskin is true love's kiss, which obviously
happens.
is with Fiona at the end, right before his time runs out. And that resets everything. It resets to the moment where Shrek kind of lost his cool at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, it was at the kid's first birthday party when he did the... Yeah, that kid.
I love you, Daddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Imagine. You can imagine that. I can't.
We do not need to bring that up again. Anyway.
Just kidding. I love my stepdad.
Let's get to the rankings. Yeah, it's last for me, but I still really like it a lot. I think just for me, it's just because of like some of the inconsistencies with the end.
Yeah,
just like
that's kind of why I have it
like
below the first one even.
It's just like the Pied Piper isn't there in their universe. The other ogres aren't there in their universe.
Pied Piper.
Yeah.
He's
also a bounty hunter in this movie, by the way, so that's where he comes in.
And like his music doesn't just hypnotize rats; it can hypnotize literally any creature, including witches or ogres. Like, it's like, okay.
But anyway.
Anywho.
Remember when we mentioned the train wreck?
Basically, if you're new here, we have a segment every episode where we have the train wreck, and it's basically just what we think is the worst moment from all the movies, or in this case, worst and kind of just funniest.
It's also really dark in this case somehow.
Yes, in a certain way,
There's
very
a whole
dark.
bunch of things wrong with this part. Now let's get that up on the screen.
Let's get it on the
real
screen.
quick. So basically how this is actually in the ending credits of Shrek 4. And so they're all celebrating because Shrek's back, he's happy again, and they, for some reason, have Rumpelstiltskin in a cage. And so Fiona has this power where if she sings high enough, birds will blow up. Yeah, you can see where that goes.
That is Rumpelstiltskin's best friend is this goose. And Fiona sings loud enough to make this goose explode.
And then they show a cut of Shrek literally dying of laughter,
pointing and laughing. And then, you remember we mentioned the Pied Piper. He starts playing the flute and making Rumpelstiltskin dance right after he just witnessed the death of his only friend.
It's so messed up. Like
I mean, it's one of those things where you could say couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, you know. But it's still like strangely dark, even for like Shrek to just do that.
Yeah.
It's the fact. My favorite bit is it's only like a millisecond on screen, but it is like you said, Shrek literally pointing and laughing at the just feet of this goose that are left. Yeah. That is all that's
like
left.
Literally his back is like hunched over and everything. That is how hard he's laughing at the death of this guy's friend.
And then, could you imagine something like that? You just witnessed that, and then you gotta start hitting a little jig that you can't control.
Oh my god.
The dance we just did is actually surprisingly close to the one in the movie.
I think so. I watched it earlier. It's pretty similar to that.
We also watched it to review this.
Fair. That's fair enough. But yeah, so
after that
note, we'll go.
We can do our final rankings.
We'll go back through the rankings.
Just give some last thoughts.
Basically, as a review, Shrek 1 for me at 1, for
Number
him
2
at 2.
for me, very iconic. I just prefer another movie in this franchise a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which is Shrek 2.
That one I don't like as much as him, but you know, it's still a very good movie in my opinion. I don't know why I'm doing this pose, but I will stop now.
You know, the villains are quite cool.
Yeah.
I like cool villains. No.
But yeah. So anyway, for Shrek the Third, I had it at number 2, very underrated.
I had it last. I also agree it's underrated, but just my least favorite of the franchise. I think bringing Prince Charming back was a good choice, but I think the other characters surrounding him aren't as interesting.
They also had some of the other princesses in this movie as well, like Sleeping Beauty and Rapunzel.
Rapunzel actually ends up making a big heel turn. If you know, all my wrestling fans out there, you know the term heel turn. She joins up with Charming to be like his wife and says one of the more iconic lines in the movie. But Pookie, you said you wouldn't hurt them. Finish it.
Nah, I'm good.
Finish it.
I'm good. It's too embarrassing to do on this show.
Finish it. Nobody's watching. It's not like your family's watching this. Oh, wait a minute.
But yeah, anyway. See, they got it on the screen before us because they were tired of what we were doing.
They were tired of us talking.
But yeah, for the final chapter, I had number 4 for
I had
that
it
one.
at 3. I think it's very entertaining, also very underrated.
Yeah.
Just like he kind of mentioned, just some inconsistencies with the ending. Just kind of.
Yeah, it's just like they didn't really know a lot of the characters that were in the ending.
That was my main
in
thing.
that universe.
I don't understand how the ogres show up again.
They don't even know Rumpelstiltskin really, except for Shrek and Fiona's mother.
Yeah.
They're the only ones who actually like knew Rumpelstiltskin.
So I think that's kind of a plot hole if you want to be real nitpicky about it.
It's a kids movie. after we just dissed on it for that whole minute or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that is going to do it for our season 3 premiere of Be Kind and Rewind. There's our Instagram if you want to go follow.
I think it's the first time it's actually come up. We've had it in the script for so long. I think it's the first time. Good job, graphics. Love you.
Great job. Especially you, Michael.
Yes.
Michael
we
DeMars.
dissed you earlier, but we love you.
Enjoy your 31st birthday.
In 2 weeks, we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different. We're not reviewing a specific franchise. We're reviewing a type of movie, which
Subgenre.
is a subgenre, if you will, and that is 80s B movies. Basically just an excuse to talk about some of our favorite really goofy movies, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
But yeah.
You know what?
But on the other hand, that'll be it for tonight for our show, and we will see you next time, and be sure to be kind
and rewind.
And welcome to Joepardy. I'm Joe, and let's welcome our first show. I'm so excited, and we're going to introduce our contestants right now. First, let's meet Ben Goldblatt. Ben, you're sitting in the middle tonight.
What's up?
What is something you want to tell the audience tonight?
Good vibes and tan lines. I'm about to do so good on this show. These guys are going down.
Super excited to have you. And is there like an area, because for those of you viewers tuning in tonight, it is all music themed tonight. Ben, is there an area in music that you think you'd excel in?
Probably heavier genres like metal, all that stuff. That's my forte. But I'd like to say I have a wide range of knowledge, so to say.
Awesome. And then let's meet our second contestant tonight, George. George, all the way on the right. Super excited to have you, George. How about you? What's something you want to tell the audience right now?
I'm really excited to be here. I'm excited to beat both of them.
Yeah. Let's see if the confidence pays off. George, is there anywhere? It is. Is there anywhere in the music field that you feel you're gonna excel against Ben and Derek?
I enjoy older stuff, like some Elvis, some Eagles, and that kind of stuff. What are you laughing, Derek?
Just laughing, man.
All right.
You're not going to want to hear
We'll see. Maybe we got some questions coming up about those categories. And Derek, I guess I spoiled the name here, our final contestant for tonight, also rocking some shades.
I don't have any
Derek,
shades.
what do you want to tell the audience about your first time here at Joepardy?
I'm excited. You know, it's going to be fun facing these two guys. It's all about vibes.
Absolutely. And is there a music area that you think you personally will also exceed in?
Probably, you know, country, being from the middle of nowhere, but also a big rap guy. If you got Sabrina Carpenter, I can get some of those too.
We'll see. Maybe we get a Sabrina Carpenter appearance. And great to have you guys on the show. For those of you at home who are tuning in, as I said a little while ago, it is fully music themed tonight. So our categories are going to all involve music, because these are some of my buddies from WNYO, the radio station, the Laker Radio Network station. I'm not sure on the terminology, my bad. But now it's time to see our Joepardy categories for tonight. Let's take a look at our first category. Finish the lyric 1980s hits. It's a good category. And following up with what artist is Joe listening to? This one I got to do a little elaborating on real quick. You guys are going to see three artists listed, or three rather songs, and you guys are going to have to identify the artist. So you'll have three songs that I've been listening to lately, and you'll see the artist. Follow that one up with movie soundtracks. Now, a little bit of reading comprehension tonight for you guys. Movie soundtracks, there will be two songs listed, and you have to get the movie based off the two songs. You just have to say the movie. So, absolutely, yes. And it's going to be important to note, because you'll have questions with 2 songs and 3 songs. So you're going to have to know which category it's from and how to answer it. So it's going to be a little bit of comprehension from you guys. Finally, for tonight, we have album covers. You have to get the name of the album cover. I will be showing you the image and providing you with a clue. The rest is all in your hands. Well, that's our categories for tonight. Stick around for the rest of Joepardy and the rest of our questions after the break.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
sister, if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this?
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back to our second episode of Joepardy. Let's get right into our round. Our first question is going to be from the 1980s hits categories. Blank, blank are made of this. Who am I to disagree? For 10 points. You guys have any ideas? This one's a little harder. Starting you guys off.
I know. Is it 1980s?
1980s. We have fact-checked it as well. Let's see, you guys got
Oh, my marker just went out.
2 seconds.
Stop.
George, you gotta stay to yourself here.
Oh, I'm kind of.
Okay. Derek, we'll start with you. You have anything?
No.
Incorrect. Ben?
Sweet dreams are made of. No.
Can't sing on air, Ben.
What?
But that would be correct. 10 points for Ben Goldblatt to start us off.
I can't sing.
Can't sing on air, fortunately. Alrighty. So Ben, you're on the board with 10 points. Derek and George, you got to catch right up. Let's go to question 2. Released in 1977 and fueled by band drama and heartbreak, this Fleetwood Mac album became one of the best-selling records of all times, featuring hits like Go Your Own Way and Dreams. And this is for 2 points. Alrighty. Give you a few more seconds. Let's start with Ben, who's ahead right now.
I got it wrong because I looked at George. I thought it was self-titled, but I'm wrong.
Unfortunately, incorrect.
Still have
Derek,
nothing.
do you have it?
No, nothing.
Unfortunate. And George.
Rumors.
Rumors is correct. George Curry is on the board. Great job, George.
Good
Let's
guess,
get to
though,
our third question of the night. Revival, Something in the Orange, and 28. And this is for 4 points. Those are your 3
Revival,
songs.
something.
What is Joe listening to? That's the real
Joe,
question.
what are you listening to?
Let's see. Derek, you said you specialize in country.
Country, man.
I have no
A little bit
idea.
of a hint for you. Derek, you don't have it. George, let's start with you. Zach Bryan is correct. Ben?
See, I don't know who Zach Bryan.
Unfortunately, we can't accept that answer. George, gets it once again.
That's
Underdog
so
story.
annoying.
There we go.
Look at George go.
Underdog.
Zach Bryan, bro.
Zach Bryan. Let's go to our next question. I'm a believer and all-star, and this is for 6 points. What movie is this from?
Wait.
I really hope you guys
Wait,
know this one.
is
This
this-
one is a classic.
I feel like this is correct.
Alrighty. Derek, do you have it?
His marker doesn't work. I think we need
Yep.
a marker change.
I definitely wrote that wrong from speed writing, but Shrek is what I'm writing down.
Shrek is correct. Ben, do you have Shrek as well? That is correct. And finally, George, Shrek. So there's points all down the board.
He spelled Shrek.
Yeah, I
Might need to work on that spelling a little bit, Derek. But it's okay. Let's go to our next
Yo, these are
question.
rapid fire.
I love blank and blank, so put another dime in the jukebox, baby. And this is for 8 points. This is one of my favorites, guys. I really hope you know it.
I love blank and blank.
See, I know like the.
Like I feel like I know it. Like if I was.
If you were listening to the song, I'm sure you would know it. 5 seconds, guys.
This is infuriating.
Is it? I don't think that's right.
It has to be.
I don't know.
Alrighty, Derek.
I have nothing.
That's unfortunate. George, how about you?
Not going my
I don't
way.
think this is right.
Rock and roll is correct. And Ben, what do you got?
No, I'm not even sure.
Not even going to see
No,
it.
no.
George.
That was embarrassing.
No
You've gotten
way.
4 in a row, George. You're doing great. And that's
No
8 points.
way.
That's a lot. Let's go to our next question. This 1991 Nirvana album, featuring the breakout hit Smells Like Teen Spirit, knocked Michael Jackson off the top of the Billboard charts and popularized grunge.
It's not, bro. I'm so stupid.
No, you got this, Ben. You got
I
this.
know
See, I don't
this.
know that.
See,
That's why it's worth 6 points. It's a little
This is-
harder.
Wait.
I don't know it.
I know.
Alrighty. Does anyone have the answer?
No, I don't, because I'm mad.
No.
No
No.
answer.
What
The
is it?
answer is Nevermind.
See you
Very
guys.
iconic album. It's very unfortunate. Let's go to our next question, though.
Oh, Lord.
She looks so
man.
perfect. Easier and teeth. And this is for 10 points.
Joe, we suck at this. Joe, what do you
Made them difficult. This is what Joe's listening to. Let's see if you guys can get this band.
Is it?
This is very embarrassing, guys.
Is this a band?
This is a band.
It's a band? Okay.
This is a band.
Would I know this?
You would. 5 seconds. Got to keep the trolley moving.
Oh man.
You have a guess, Derek?
No.
George, any guess?
No.
Let's go. Journey is incorrect. A little bit obscure, but we're going 5 Seconds of Summer is the band there.
Okay.
Interesting,
Okay.
interesting.
Okay.
Interesting
Okay.
for sure.
I didn't know you jammed to that. All right. That's
Yeah,
a little bit
really
of an
good
interesting
music.
mix.
All right.
Next
Okay,
question.
okay.
Dancing Queen and Take a Chance on Me for 4 points. What movie soundtrack?
What movie?
Or what movie, rather? Really hoping you know this, Derek.
I'm gonna.
This
take
one's
shot
a
in the
little
dark here.
embarrassing, guys.
Joe, you have a stump. This is not nice.
No one have it?
No,
Is it?
no.
Is it?
Evil Joe.
Evil Joe.
Wow. Already, no guesses?
No.
No guesses? It's from the iconic movie Mamma Mia.
Oh my god.
Mamma Mia.
I don't.
That-
Dude, I don't.
I don't. Mamma
That is
Mia.
a little embarrassing.
I've never even seen that.
It's a little embarrassing, guys. Well, let's go to our next question. You got a blank blank. I want a ticket to anywhere. And this is for 6 points.
What is
I feel like
this?
it's really mainstream music.
What did you
too, so-
choose, dude?
1980s
What is this
lyrics.
music, bro? 1980s.
You know what? I'm sure my whole control room knows this too. So
I want a ticket to.
you guys are stumped still.
You're not giving us the greatest of questions here for us to answer
these are
correctly. I'm not gonna
difficult.
lie.
Easy, man.
Yeah,
This
I
is
wanna
some
make it
wild
easy, but
lines.
also
You
right
told me
hard.
earlier that this was gonna be easy.
George is halfway there. Or George has half the questions right. Alrighty. You guys don't got a guess?
No.
You got a fast car.
Oh.
I want a ticket to Anywhere by Tracy Chapman. And a few other artists.
I really want to sing it.
I wish you could,
can't.
but... And let's go to our final question of this block. Life is a highway, and you might think, what movie is that from?
Oh, that's
It's so easy.
that's so easy.
Okay, are you gonna?
I thought the other ones were easy too, though.
I was gonna say.
Joe,
Ben, do you want to start?
is it the hit movie Cars?
Cars would be correct. George, what do we have?
I have Cars.
Cars, and Derek.
Cars.
Everyone has cars across the board. Points for all.
Wow, we actually did something.
Let's go, guys.
Good
got one.
work. And now we're going to send it to a quick break. More Joepardy questions coming up very soon.
Get rid of all the questions.
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP-10.
Welcome back to Joepardy. Let's continue our round with our next question. Released in 1973, this Pink Floyd masterpiece spent a record-breaking 741 weeks on the Billboard 200. And this is for 8 points. Oh my, Derek. I feel like you should know this.
I should know this.
You should know this. Let's start with George here. George.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Moon is correct. Ben?
Dark
Also, Dark Side of the Moon.
What did you
It's
write
dark
down?
on this side, guys.
Really good poll. Good work to get 8 more points.
This is crazy that George is winning.
It is.
My dad
No,
wouldn't
George,
know.
George is doing really good.
My dad's a huge Pink Floyd fan. He's probably mad at home right now.
It's really good. Let's go to the next question.
Let's go.
Warriors, Enemy, and Natural. This is for 6 points. What is Joe listening to?
What are the three? Can you repeat that?
Warriors, Enemy, and Natural.
Dude, what are you listening to?
Yeah, come on. Let's,
I'll give you my Spotify afterwards, Derek.
I don't know if I want to see that.
Warriors, Enemy, Natural. Would we know this?
Yes,
Is it a band?
it is.
Oh.
I'm just gonna take a wild
New
guess.
band? Old band?
A little more modern. That's your hint here.
How modern are you talking, buddy? I'm gonna take a wild guess.
Alrighty, let's
Alright,
go
okay.
to Ben then if you got this.
Imagine Dragons.
Imagine Dragons is correct.
Let's go.
Ben, what a pull.
Let's go.
I honestly thought about putting that in. I was like, no way.
I put 21
Ben,
Pilots.
right back in it. Let's go to next question.
I'm getting cooked.
Kokomo, Wouldn't It Be Nice, and Good Vibrations. This is an ode to my video playback operator for tonight, Logan
Oh
Russo,
my
and it's for
gosh.
2 points. You should know this one. Logan's gonna be upset if you don't.
This is a band. This is what you're listening to.
This,
right?
This
dude,
is. Is
this
dude,
old
I'm,
band?
I'm literally hearing all
Is
three
this-
of these
Come
right now in
on
my head, and I
now.
can't think of
Is
the band.
this?
I'm being
No, I
so
feel like
serious.
this is wrong.
I'm so sorry, Derek.
I feel like this is wrong.
Once you said Logan,
Alrighty,
Logan
let's
Russo,
start.
I love you.
Let's
No.
start with.
Wait.
Wait. You gotta get this in. You got
Hurry
2
up.
seconds, George. Let's go. Okay.
I feel like this is wrong.
Let's start with George because I think he's least confident.
I don't know.
Beach Boys is correct.
Let's go.
Ben, Beach Boys as well. Derek.
Beach Boys.
You wrote that last second. We cannot accept it.
Come on.
Ben and George will get the correct answer.
Logan, I'm sorry. I couldn't
And
think for a second.
Let's go to our next question.
What do we got?
Blank, 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 blank. Never gonna let you down. And this is for 2 points. I'm so sorry to all the viewers at home for this. This wasn't planned. Okay, maybe it was. Okay.
I feel like that's not right.
Let's go
I'm
with
completely
Derek
blanking.
first here. Derek, what do you have?
Never gonna give you up.
Never gonna give you up is correct.
Let's go.
Ben?
Get Rick rolled, guys. Never
Yep.
gonna give you up.
And I completely blanked.
And George.
George, come on, dude.
Right. So that's points for
Damn.
Ben and Derek.
Good job, Derek.
Let's go.
Let's go to our next question. Hooked on a Feeling and I Want You Back for 10 points.
Movie?
Oh.
One of my favorite soundtracks of all time for a movie.
I already know this is gonna be some.
A little harder, but that's why it's worth 10 points.
Hooked on a Feeling, I Want You. It's probably some musical something. I
Isn't a
already know.
musical. If you guys are blanking, I'll just tell you the answer
Dude, he's
here.
gonna
It
say
is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh my
Guardians
gosh.
Dude, we watch
of
that in our
the
street
Galaxy.
all the time.
Great movie.
Never
watched
seen
that,
it.
like,
Never
last
seen
weekend.
it. Never seen it, boys.
Well,
That's a very hard question.
we got to move on. So let's see our next one. This 1969 Beatles album features a famous cover of the band crossing a London street and includes the medley that ends with The End. And this is for 4 points.
I'm gonna guess on this one.
Guess?
No, come on, George. Leave me alone. I'm not a Beatles fan.
Alrighty.
Let George go first.
George, you'll go first. Derek, do you have an answer?
I think this is one of their albums.
Alrighty, let's go with Derek first.
Abbey Lane.
Abbey Lane.
Is it?
Let's give Derek half points there. It's partially correct. Let's go with George next.
Abbey Road.
Abbey Road is correct, and Ben.
Abbey Road.
Abbey Road is correct. So we're gonna give half points to
Road.
Derek.
You were close.
It's an
You were
effort-
close.
It's the effort that matters.
You were
It's the effort
close.
that
You
counts.
were really close, Derek.
Let's
I
go
do
to our next
sports.
question, though.
I do sports.
Juno, Manchild, and Good Graces, and this is for 8 points.
Oh,
Dude.
he knows this.
Dude.
Derek knows this one.
Dude.
Derek is right there.
Do I know this
There
one?
is a flag in
You
my
should.
room.
What
Derek,
is
gave it away.
Joe listening
You
to?
gave it away.
I know.
Alrighty, Derek, let's start with you first.
Sabrina Carpenter.
That is correct.
The love of my life.
Spell her name right.
Ben?
Yes, I did.
You're next.
Sabrina Carpenter.
That is incorrectly spelled, but we'll accept the answer.
Oh crap.
Yeah, spell
And
it right,
finally,
dude.
George.
Did I also spell it wrong?
Nope, George, you spelled
Oh.
it
You
correctly.
spelled it right.
Points across the
Do
board.
not look at Sabrina Carpenter's Instagram comments.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
You might see Derek Clark in there.
Yeah,
Let's go
you might.
to our next question. On this 2017 album, Tyler, the Creator, handled nearly all production himself, blending neo-soul, jazz, and synth-pop influences into tracks like Boredom and Where This Flower Blooms. And this is for 10 points. We're going modern music here. See if any of you guys know it. Let's start with Derek because I think he has the incorrect answer here.
Yeah, I do.
Derek, let's just show
You
it.
just wrote Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, I don't
That
like
is
Tyler the Creator. I
incorrect.
don't like Tyler the Creator. Horrible guy.
Let's go to
I
Ben
don't like him.
next.
What is Flower Boy?
Flower Boy is correct, and George?
What is Flower Boy?
Flower Boy is also correct. George and Ben getting the points. Let's go to question 19.
Okay, Derek. 19. Wow.
Danger
Oh my
Zone
gosh.
and Take My Breath Away. And this is for 8 points.
Is it Joe Band or no?
This
It's a
is
movie.
movie soundtrack.
Danger
Very
Oh.
iconic. Very iconic.
See, all these people that are looking at us over here are so mad at us. It's insane.
I feel like I should know this movie.
I don't know what that guy's doing.
Yeah. Well, you guys got it?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Wait, I have an idea.
Is it?
Okay. Let's go
He might actually
to
get it.
George.
I think
I
it's
have
an
an idea.
action
George,
movie,
what
isn't
do you
it?
think?
I have it.
Top Gun is correct.
Good job, George. I'm
George.
proud of you. That's I don't want
With the answer, and now
Wow.
Dude, I'm getting
we're gonna have to
smoked
get
right
rid of question 20 because we're a little over on time.
Oh.
But we're gonna see our final Joepardy category, and that tonight is going to be pop punk bands.
Oh, dude, you're mad at
Alright,
this, dude. What is
Don't
this,
go anywhere,
favor
as
for
we'll
band?
have
I
our
wanna be
final
confident.
Joepardy scores after the break.
I don't want to be confident.
Okay.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
Polly sister, if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back to Joepardy. We're going to reveal our final scores real quick before we get into our final Joepardy question. Let's start in third place as of now is Derek with 22. And then in second place is Ben with 54. And George in first place with 72. So now each contestant's going to place a wager and they will be seeing if they can add to their totals or if they'll subtract. So let's get into our final Joepardy question. After releasing the 2003 self-titled album featuring darker themes and experimental sounds, this band went on hiatus, only to return years later with lineup changes and continued success. And one other part of the question I forgot to put as well, this band also has a number in their name. And you guys have about 30 seconds.
He knows it.
And make sure you write your wagers down as well. That will be important. And in the meantime, quick update while they keep writing their answers for all of you viewers. Joepardy will be weekly now, so if you are a fan, feel free to tune in every Tuesday at 10:30 here on WTOP-10. Super excited to bring weekly content. And thank you again for tuning in so far tonight. Alrighty, a few more seconds. Ben, you have a question? What's up?
So you said it has this is a pop punk thing?
Yes.
Pop punk, only pop punk.
Yes.
Okay.
Majority.
Okay.
Alrighty, I'm gonna give you guys 15 more seconds. 15 more seconds. Keep thinking.
I'm gonna take a game.
I'm taking a game with here.
And you guys have your numbers down as well, correct?
I changed my wager.
Perfect.
So if I get it wrong, do I lose my wager?
Yes, you lose all those
That's
points.
how that's how the show works.
I'm not trying to be overconfident, but I feel like I have this. If I get it wrong, I'll embarrass myself on national television.
It's good to know. Let's go to Derek first in third place with your answer to Final Joepardy. Derek, what do you have written down for our audience?
I did 21 pilots.
21 pilots is incorrect.
That's
Derek,
the only
you're
number I
gonna
can think of.
end with 0 points, 22 wager. That's brutal. I'm sorry, Derek.
It's whatever
Rough
at
outing
the end
tonight.
of the day.
Let's go next to Ben Goldblatt in second place. Ben,
Okay.
what do you think the answer is?
Blink 182.
Blink 182 is correct.
And I lost.
30 additional points.
Let's go.
For Ben, he'll end
I'll
at
shake his-
84. And George, how much did you wager and what was your answer? Let's see.
I wagered 1 and I didn't have an answer.
1 and no answer. So George, you end at 71. So Ben Goldblatt, our winner for tonight. Let's
That's
give
how
him a
you
quick
come back,
round of
guys.
applause. That is how you do it. Yup, as you see at the bottom, Ben wins.
That is me.
Ben from second place to first place. This is their second episode of Joepardy now.
Don't
where
touch me.
we've had someone go from second place to first place during the final Jeopardy. Isn't that incredible?
Who's that person?
That was actually Paulie Beatty last week.
Paulie, love Paulie, good guy.
Absolutely.
Paulie.
So yeah, Ben is our
a
winner
shame.
for tonight. Jeopardy will be back next week with a new set of guests and new questions. No theme decided yet. Maybe we'll have one. We'll see. But thank you all for tuning in for tonight's episode of Jeopardy involving Ben Goldblatt, Derek Clark, George Curry, all from WNYO. And thank you once again to everyone tuning in. So that is all for Jeopardy tonight. Ben is our winner. Good night from Jeopardy, and see you next week. We're up.
Boo!
Where am I? Where am I?
Let's hear that buzz.
Oh no. Just do down the middle.
Chris, how long?
No, don't do it down the middle.
He said it. He said it. Joe, get a cut of this.
Oh no. Well, that's where we last left off. Me and Chris getting our hair buzzed while I'm holding on to an inflatable horse. What a pity.